we see that we're really going to be simulating the President of the United States in BudgetSIM. So let's go ahead and continue with that. So essentially what we need to do here is we're given 3 situations, one by one, and in each one there's 7 budget categories, and we need to split up the United States' budget as a percentage into each of those 7 budget categories to best combat the problem. And will be scored on 3 metrics: foreign safety threats, emergency services, and public happiness, and at the very end will be awarded a final score as well. So let's get going on our first event, and that happens to be wildfires. Now, I could be a new user at this moment, and I don't understand how this interface works. So when I see a question mark in the corner, I'll be like, okay, so I can get help from this. And when I go ahead and click on this, I get a layout diagram, and I now know what I have to do to set my budgets, and I understand what's actually going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and exit the tutorial. And for wildfires, I maybe want to tone down the military a little bit. Maybe education as well. I would say healthcare is pretty important. Transportation also is going to be rather important. Maybe employment down 1 notch. But it doesn't have to be a complete guess, because I can get more information about wildfires from this info icon right here. So here is an information page for the 2019 California wildfires, which is what this event pertains to. And after reading this, I say maybe this budget works fine. And when I hit continue, I've been graded on these 3 metrics: emergency services and public happiness seems to be doing perfectly well. Foreign threat safety, not very well at all, because wildfires don't affect that metric at all. So now when we move on, we have the next event, which is the Iraq War. And I'm going to go ahead and set the budgets for this. And from this, you can really see I'm focusing most of my budget on the military and foreign relations, both of which are categories that would affect the outcome of the Iraq War more than the other categories. And so I'm going to go ahead and continue. And you can see my foreign threat safety has skyrocketed, and my emergency services and public happiness has been compromised slightly in order to provide a higher foreign threat safety score. And so I'm going to go ahead and continue again, and here is my final event, and I'm just going to tweak it slightly. This is by no means the best option for this, but you can see here all of my metrics dropped because I didn't provide a very useful budget. And now when I click continue for the final time, I see my final score, an 87 out of 100, and I can see that I did fairly well on this, but I want to improve. And I can do that by clicking the retry button and going through, and here are all of my new events.